You're listening to Party Nerds Weekly.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another Party Nerds podcast. We're here. We've been told that we have the dumbest debates possible, but we're here. We have the dumbest debates possible, and we're going to give you another one today. All right. So, of course, I'm here joined by our illustrious panel. My name is James Grandmaster Pax Boyce, Ralphie, Haas, and Jorge somehow appears in my house.
What's
I don't
happening?
know how. Yeah.
What is really happening here?
Things are getting really
two timelines.
Since we're in the
TVA.
This is the incursion. This is the multiversal saga. So Jorge is in an alternative reality that just happens to have Wi-Fi and can connect to my house.
But do you guys have bunk beds? I'm just asking for it.
We're grown, but okay. But for the most part, we put a question out there to everybody, and some people thought it was dumb. Some people might have thought it was intriguing. Some people might have thought of it as somewhat of a what-if scenario. But for the most part, we wanted to ask the question because what Marvel did in the beginning of their phases was they wanted to duplicate DC's Trinity, their Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman was then transformed and copycatted, in a sense, in their cinematic universes with Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. Now, what we know from the phases so far, all the way from 1 through now, is that Iron Man's story has a beginning and ending. Captain America, Steve Rogers, has a story that's beginning and ending. Thor seems to have a story that has no conclusion. This man has suffered every single amount of grief known to man, and that seems to continue to be the story with him. He's had more family members and friends die throughout all 5 phases of the MCU than any other character possible. If we're talking about it, Frigga once, Odin once, Loki twice, the Warriors 3, all by Hela. So it's almost like
Jane Foster
and Jane and Heimdall, all his peoples.
Mm-hmm.
All his peoples are gone. But yet, Thor still has life going into a 5th movie that's about to be in development. So I ask the panel, your thoughts.
I have 3 reasons why he is needed.
Okay.
He's always needed. Number one, there wouldn't be any Avengers because look at the lineup. All right, You have Iron Man, you have Captain America. Captain America has super soldier serum, but his powers are not godlike. Right? We do have the Hulk, but the Hulk is a wild card.
Supremely.
So you can't even trust the fact that he'll be there at times. Black Widow, Hawkeye, a regular common folk with some super skills, super spy skills,
right.
Super fighting skills, but they're regular folk, right? Nick Fury is Nick Fury.
Nick Fury created this shit.
Yeah, he's just Nick Fury. Captain Marvel was elsewhere handling other shit. So the Avengers are potent as they are because of Thor.
Is there a need for an OP presence?
That's what I was about.
There is a need for an OP presence because they're gonna face against OP characters, right?
Okay.
Which ties into my second reason. Loki wouldn't be beloved because without the dynamic between Thor and Loki, right?
Okay. Yeah.
We wouldn't love Loki. We wouldn't have the Loki series, that gem of a series that we have, right? And the only reason we get that is because how Loki and Thor interacted and how much we care about those characters. Thor, and the only reason we even have Loki is because of Thor, right?
Do you think our love of Loki came from Thor and not from him being a villain and having a character arc that lasted that long?
He's the foundation of it. So without Loki doesn't work unless we have Thor.
Okay.
But Loki became his own entity in the MCU, right? But without Thor, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Okay.
So, and then which goes to my third. My third is Infinity War wouldn't be the greatest comic book film of all time. It would not.
Thor Ragnarok.
Because no, Infinity War. What? Thor?
Oh, okay.
Ragnarok? What? No.
Okay. Hey, Nadia.
is the greatest comic book film of all time.
Okay.
But Thor has his imprint all over that. What's up, Pixie? All over that movie, right? We open up with Thor getting his ass whooped, losing his brother, losing Heimdall, right?
Yeah.
Then he's basically cast off into space. We have the Guardians that pick him up. He's distraught. He has no idea what's going on. He just wants to go after Thanos.
I thought him and the Guardians was gonna be a cool team up. That ended up be corny and shit.
It was cool for 5. It was cool for that movie though.
Because it contained its commotion.
Yeah, it was good for the movie. It seemed like it was gonna be more, but it wasn't, right? But he goes get Stormbreaker, right? After wielding it from a dying star, right? Which he took the power of a dying star. Let's not forget that, right?
I remember that. I was there.
Yeah, right? Let's not forget that. That's nothing. Mr. Hawkeye can do, right? So then he has the greatest entrance in probably superhero history.
Him coming to Wakanda?
Him coming to motherfucking Wakanda, right? And then on top of that, he proved that he can literally beat Thanos with all 6 stones. He just didn't go for the head because he was arrogant.
He missed.
Which makes the movie beautiful because we got to see the Avengers lose over some bullshit.
I will give you that.
So those are my 3 reasons. Without him, we don't have the greatness of the MCU. Okay. He was always needed. So that's what I got.
Okay, because I'm looking at it in the whole scheme of things, and you brought up Infinity War, which was basically the magnum opus for a lot of the characters there.
That's peak MCU.
That's peak MCU, right? So if we're looking at it from that context, this is the point where everybody's basically supposed to show out, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, and if anybody was going to show out, it would have to be Thor. In Infinity War, is the Wakanda entrance literally his only? Is that his standalone moment? That's it,
bro. That's the standalone moment in that movie. That is the standalone moment.
If Thor didn't arrive, would they have beaten the Outriders, or would they gotten eaten alive?
Nah, they was getting their ass whooped. They were literally at that moment getting their ass whooped. You got Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster screaming, and he's inside a suit. He's literally screaming, ah! And then,
but wait. Okay. I'll say this: Scarlet Witch was in the damn tower, right?
Bro, she was doing nothing though. She was literally just there chilling.
But when she popped out,
she was working. She put a little effort out there.
Matter of fact, because remember Okoye said to her, like, why she up here in this tower the whole time? She can do that.
Why she been up there this whole time?
Why she up here? She need to be down there.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, they didn't allow. We got to remember, they found ways through writing to depower certain characters, right?
And
so
they definitely did
without
that for him.
Depowering the Scarlet Witch, they depowered the Scarlet Witch because they just left her at the building.
Tower.
Left her in the building, right? And then she
like
came out and showed her power. House. And she also, you got to remember, Thanos had 5 stones, and she held him off.
Mm-hmm.
And destroyed the monster, right?
Yes. And do you remember what she did to him in Endgame?
Oh yeah, she almost ripped him apart. Until he's like, until he told those motherfuckers to make it rain.
Shoot this bitch, please.
He said to make it rain.
Rain bullets.
Rain fire.
But sir, our people, shoot her. That shit was hilarious to me in the theater.
Yo, it was great. It was great.
So I'm looking at it from that in conclusion that there is an OP character already right there.
It's already there, but we didn't have the build. See, we didn't care for Scarlet Witch the way we cared for Thor up to that point. I'm trying to tell you, as masses, people cared. That's why his entrance was so dope. When you got to see him beat down, broken up, people felt when he lost Loki and Heimdall in the beginning of that movie, people felt that, felt it. So when he came back and he had his superhero entrance, like people felt that. Like it's Marvel knew what the hell they were doing when they did that entrance because that shit was fire.
Yeah, but to combat what you're saying, it was a build-up, okay? It took a while for the build-up, though.
It took
which brings me back
4 movies.
Exactly. So I'm on this sense of now, like I said, if you didn't give me the 4 movies and we kind of bring me back Thor, but do I need Dark World Thor? Do I need to know that he's gone through all of that? He's gone through years of life. So now all of a sudden the grief is here. We got to go through the grief with
him. He's 1,500 years old, right?
He's immortal at that point. You know.
Listen, he's been through the grind, motherfuckers. He's been through the grind. All right, he's been around a long time. Watched a lot of death.
So I'm looking at it. If I could skip Thor 1, throw the Tesseract in another fucking movie, I could do that. If I could skip Thor 2, replace the ether with somebody else basically picking that shit up, I could do that. Ragnarok, just introduce all those characters, Hela, Surtur, and everything. I could possibly do without that too.
We don't get Korg though. That motherfucker Korg was good in Ragnarok.
Comic relief Korg. We don't get you can put Korg in a whole nother situation. You can literally replace that movie and make it Planet Hulk and still have Korg.
Yeah, because it's basically elements of Planet Hulk, right? But so look, we, like I said, we don't get these moments without Thor. If you want to try to rewrite history, you're giving up
revisionist
you're literally
history.
Rewriting history right now. Like you said,
I am rewriting it. That's the whole point. This is a one-if episode.
That's all what is. What we do know, which is factual.
Okay.
That when we reached the peak of the MCU, Thor had his hands written all over it.
Right.
And for a moment, we thought this motherfucker defeated Thanos.
Right. That's
all right.
I'll give him that.
But also in the same context, I will point out a very pivotal movie that had a bunch of Avengers in.
Okay.
That wasn't an Avengers movie that he was not in.
And it was felt. For me,
it was not felt. It was basically almost like a street team of 2 different teams. If Thor was there, it's cheat code.
Why not have Thor and Hulk in it? We could have had Thor and Hulk in it.
Hulk, you lost me with Hulk.
And it was the introduction of Spider-Man.
Exactly.
But if we would have had Hulk and Thor, it's been a much better fight.
Marvel fucked up on that one.
Oh shit! No.
But this is what they did, though.
The story would have got way out of hand.
Let me tell you what they did. By design, we're not going to have them in Civil War.
The OP characters because Tony's going to get his ass beat. Rhodey's going to get shot out of the fucking
Witch
sky.
And Vision are there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could have fighting each other. Those are your OP characters right there.
They could have ended the whole fight.
They could have.
They didn't write it that way.
Nope.
But what Marvel said,
they
said we're not going to have them in Civil War. We're not going to have them in Civil War. We're going to throw them in Ragnarok, and they're going to go at it there.
Okay.
In their own personal Civil War.
Still don't need that.
I'm just trying to tell you. I'm behind. I'm literally behind. You can't have the MCU and not have Thor. We done already. This is fact.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. I still need to hear some good reasons why he shouldn't be in the MCU. Why we didn't need him.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for.
What you looking for? What you got, Ralphie?
Give me something.
I mean, he threw out some valid points, but at the same route, I'm back to I didn't need the movies, and I didn't need the anguish of what he did, but it's I'm kind of leaning towards what he was saying, right? It when he was taking the whole power of the star and building the weapon, like that was key moments. That was peak Thor for me. You know what I'm saying? But then it's just afterwards, I'm just like,
that's it.
That's it.
But before that moment and after that moment, you don't need Thor.
You said after that? Oh, he was much needed in Endgame. What you mean?
He couldn't do shit.
Yep.
It took for Cap to take Mjolnir.
Hold on. Time out. This is how good the writing was, right? So we have the moment where he literally should have defeated Thanos. His ass was arrogant, right? We skip over to the next movie.
Still
right?
The job.
This motherfucker starts the movie in depression. Literally starts the movie in depression.
Because he didn't finish the job.
And what did he do when they went to Titan? When they went to Titan 2 or the Garden, whatever you want to call it,
to
right?
a beaten Thanos, he finally chopped his head off.
He chopped his head off through depression. He wasn't even happy about it. And what that lead to? His depression got worse. This motherfucker got out of weight. He had
to go see his mama.
He was obese.
He had to go see his mama.
He wasn't showering. Like, he went through all the stages of depression. Like, he locked himself away.
That's right. You want to know why?
He was the king of New Asgard.
Because you know when you see a white man with dreadlocks, you know he's not washing.
Exactly, bro. That's just what I'm saying. Like,
to none who have dreadlocks.
It was when you're watching Endgame, you didn't think you needed that, but we kind of needed that. Because we literally seen him at his peak. And because he made one bad decision, this motherfucker's whole personality and everything changed. And he had to go back in time, talk to his mama just to get right. Just so he can participate in the fight.
He had to find her through a time portal. Had to go back in time to talk to her to make sure that he was okay.
Mama. Right. And if any mama was real, she would have talked about his weight.
And
any mama would have
talked
about his weight.
And she definitely did.
Would have talked about his weight.
But it got him, it steered him in the right direction, right? So then after Endgame, he got with the Guardians, he got fit again, right?
And he still
went
got
on a new path. Now, listen,
he still got whooped.
I'm not saying
Endgame.
I'm not saying the Thor movies are great because they're not. Right?
Thank you. That's the whole point.
That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted.
Good night, everybody. We're good.
All right.
Nobody's saying that, right? Like Thor, the first Thor movie, okay. Second one, not good. Third one, lots of fun. Fourth one, fifth one, who the fuck knows? But they
introduced Hercules in the post-credit scene, and I'm like, what are we doing now? Like, what are we doing now? Like Russell Crowe as Zeus, like he got stabbed through the stomach.
I thought he was great,
but he lived.
He did live. I mean, he is a god, so he is the god. So listen, not saying the movies were great, but what Thor's story is essential to the MCU. Doesn't mean his movies doesn't have to be great for that for his whole arc to be important. His arc was important so we can get to Infinity War and Endgame and have these epic moments.
I feel like even in the individual stories, a lot of the singular characters had good arcs.
Yeah, and he's one of he's a pillar. He's literally a pillar. So Captain America, who had a fantastic trilogy,
absolutely one of the best.
Now, Iron Man's trilogy is
it's 1, 2, it's 1, 2, and a pump fake.
No, don't do that.
Now I think I'm in the minority, but even though I know I can sense what a good movie is, I know Iron Man 2 ain't good. Like it's not
great,
but it's entertaining as fuck. I don't know why.
It was pretty good,
but it's entertaining. There's a difference between a movie being
his goddamn bird.
And that movie is flawed, big time. But it's very entertaining.
Well, Iron Man 2 was supposed to be Devil in a Bottle, and it just I'm sorry, no, Iron Man 3 was supposed to be Devil in a Bottle.
That shit's weird as fuck. That's always going to be a weird movie.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so Iron Man's trilogy ain't all.
It was redeemed. His
trilogy ain't all that at all.
But his trilogy was redeemed because literally the fitting course of Civil War, Captain America's basically the end of his trilogy ends up being to where Tony starts to be like, okay, we got to break up the Avengers. Baron Zemo gets into full effect, and his whole thing gets parted. Yeah. Thor is somewhere in Asgard, just fucking around. Doesn't even know that the Avengers
in Asgard. He was just going to different places.
Yeah, just not even knowing that the Avengers broke up. So it's almost like, when he comes back down to Earth, it's like, oh, we broke up.
Yeah, he didn't even know. He told the Guardians, he's like, yeah, kid, like Kevin Bacon, like he might be in it. Like,
yeah,
he didn't know. But what I'm saying is, Iron Man didn't have a good trilogy. Thor didn't have a good trilogy.
Quadrilogy,
however you want to call it. Oh yeah. I'm just saying up to Infinity War and Endgame.
Okay.
Like they didn't have good trilogies. Captain America was the only one with a good trilogy. A really good trilogy.
Why do you think they killed so many of his supporting characters?
Because they're unnecessary. There's a lot of characters that are unnecessary, but moving forward, like, all right, his arc, but listen, his arc is tied to pain. His growth as a character is tied to pain.
Not in the comics.
In the MCU, are we talking about the MCU or are we talking about
in the MCU? But I'm saying
in the comics, it's a whole different story.
Yeah. He's
was he serious in the comics?
Huh?
What's that?
Was he serious AF?
He's an annoying character.
He's over the top. So when
you're like, hi everybody.
So when you get exactly, so when you seen the first Thor, Jorge, they had elements of that in his character where he was just over the top. And then as he got in more movies, they toned that down. By the time they got to Ragnarok, he wasn't that dude anymore. But the way he would speak, they had him being over the top. Yeah. Like, so they had that element at first, and then they got rid of it as they did more movies. But his arc is tied to pain. So the loss of his brother multiple times, the loss of his mom, Odin, Heimdall, even recently with Jane Foster.
Everybody.
Fact, not just her death, he was dealing with a breakup. This motherfucker was literally doing a breakup for a couple movies. So
I can't get no ass
from the weapon.
Motherfuckers keep dying on me
from Jane or the weapon, because it was a very odd mix. It's a very odd mix that I was just
Jane.
I feel you with that.
My strange addiction.
What I'm saying. Like everything with Thor is tied to pain. So
it's just weird, man.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what it's tied to, and
it is, and it's weird.
He's someone that can deal that is not just strong as far as his power set, but that motherfucker got a strong spirit in the MCU, because anybody would have reasons to off themselves going through all that. And he literally has nothing. Everything he knows is Asgard is gone. Yeah. So not just like half his people were gone.
And yeah.
So there's a lot.
And his home. Yeah.
And he literally just about beat depression. He went through depression, and a lot of people don't come out of that.
So
a lot of people don't come out of that. You got to look at
he's not a human being, bro. He's OP.
I get it, but why?
So why would he be depressed if he's OP? He was literally
because he kept failing and people kept dying.
That motherfucker's still a being, and he has a spirit, and that motherfucker was hurt to the degree of most characters in the MCU was never that hurt.
Go ahead, Jorge. What was you about to say?
Yeah, but I think Marvel did a half-assed job introducing Thor, because apparently he's got way more superpowers. He has a hurricane breath. He can go faster than the fucking Flash, apparently, James. So
no, this is true.
And teleportation and go into people's head like Professor X. Why didn't they bring all the superpowers in the MCU?
Bro, it's a common theme with me on.
Yeah, it's a common thing but that particular notion. There's a lot of OP characters that have multiple things that they're good at, and they don't showcase a lot of them.
They don't showcase a lot.
Yeah.
So if you remember, and it changes from movie to movie, right? Mm-hmm. So watch Thor fight Ultron. Thor should be able to go toe to toe with Ultron. I don't care how strong Ultron is.
Right.
They had Captain America have a better fight with Ultron.
Absolutely. Yes.
So it's the writing. They're not. So we know
that's the Stanley. Yeah, that's the Stanley prophecy. He was like, if I put a battle up where Daredevil fights Galactus, who do you think will win? And he was like, whoever's writing the story.
Exactly. So the same thing happens in these movies, right? So Thor, the first Thor, when he's able to pick up Mjolnir and shit like that and gets his powers back, like that motherfucker had his powers, right? It was dope. We get the Thor Ragnarok. This motherfucker struggling in the fight. Malekith. What was his name?
Malekith,
yeah.
And Dark World?
Yeah. Isn't struggling to fight? Should have beat that motherfucker's ass. Right? Should have beat his ass.
Frost Giant, the fucking Dark Elves, all that type of stuff. You see how he handles people.
But then you get to the Ragnarok, this motherfucker beats Sordor in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Literally in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
In that movie, he already defeated him. So that's what I'm saying. Like they pick and choose when his power.
It makes it weird, man.
It makes it real weird.
It makes it weird. That's why I always say his exclusion wouldn't even be a bad idea.
Yeah, terrible idea.
This wouldn't be a bad
because
idea.
we already got these epic moments. Nobody's complaining about these epic moments
except for the Wakanda entrance and the fucking star. That's
who's gonna make an entrance like he did in Wakanda? In Wakanda, you tell me one.
Scarlet Witch.
No.
No.
What do you mean she has been in the tower the whole time?
With Hive.
What do you mean?
I'll never get over that.
What's she doing up here?
No, literally, like who's gonna have an entrance like that though?
No, with the Bifrost coming in and fucking Stormbreaker coming in and knocking everybody
running,
and he came with Rocket. Remember, Rocket was on his shoulder too.
Oh, Rocket
was on his. It was there
that
as well
shit
too.
Is fire. That damn Stormbreaker going through everything before the damn Bifrost. Come on, man. This shit is fire. Nobody has an entrance like that, and he earned that entrance, and we appreciate it because of what he went through. No matter how good his movies were.
Okay.
He fucking watched.
Does Loki?
That's why I keep trying to tell people like.
Does Loki have a better arc? Does Loki? All right, that's one moment. Does Loki have a better arc than Thor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he has a whole redemption arc. Like
anti-hero arc, right?
They gave him a Disney Plus show and he redeemed himself, man.
Yes.
But the thing is, even before that, he redeemed himself. When he got fucking his neck snapped by Thanos, that was his redemption right there.
That was a redemption.
That was a redemption. And you know what? They took it even further and he redeemed himself even fucking more.
Well, yeah. Now he's the god of fucking stories.
But Thor has been on the downslope.
All right. I would say for himself, he's on an upslope at this point.
He has 2 moments and no arc. Nothing before that, nothing after that. Nothing before that, nothing
He
after
lost everything he knew.
You can do without those people.
Now this motherfucker's a single dad.
Single dad, adopted single dad.
Exactly. Now he's a single dad.
And dismantled Gore the God Butcher's whole fucking storyline. You know he did. Malekith was. It was no reason for that fucking movie to even be had.
Bro, weird. Thor Dark World will always be weird.
Two moments from doing a cameo in Beverly Hills Cop. Wait, what? Yo, like the introduction of Jane Foster in the first movie and Destroyer and the Frost Giants and everything, and you realize that that's Loki's origin story. Even just the curtailing, like it's almost like I could literally take some of the movies, omit Thor, and it still be a decent story if it was just Loki and Odin.
But do we get Infinity War? Do we get it the way we get it the way? Because that movie movie's damn near perfect.
Here's my thing: he can be a side character. He don't need to be the main character.
So wait, are you?
He was basically the main character.
You're diminishing him down to where maybe like Hawkeye. And like we shouldn't diminish him that much.
He's almost to that point for me.
Wow,
that's weird, yo.
Wow,
I'm gonna tell you what. This is the thing, right?
That's disrespectful.
I don't care where his story goes.
Mm-hmm.
They should never kill this motherfucker off
because he can't die.
I mean, he can die, but he shouldn't die. He shouldn't die.
How can the story end for an OP character?
He gets 2-pieced by one main character. Okay, they ended Hulk. Let's talk about it.
Because, no, I'm saying.
Go ahead. Tell me how you feel, Ralphie.
Okay, forget that. If you,
I want to hear
it. Great writing. They ended Hulk. Hulk was OP, just at the same level. There was a moment right there when these two fought in what was it? Was the little space, whatever the case may be. When these two fought, they were going toe to toe. And then you mean to tell me a 2-piece to the ribs? A 2-piece to the ribs said Hulk is done. That's somebody you need to talk about. We don't need Hulk no more. We still need it. Okay.
Woo! It's all about don't need
The
Hulk
whole
no more?
show done
You don't
changed.
need Hulk.
Nah.
It wasn't Thor.
So you would rather.
Hulk
So
the
you would
whole
rather.
damn time. Ralphie unlocked the motherfucking code in the damn show.
So-
It should have been the Hulk that we should exclude from the motherfucking MCU.
So
Goddamn purpose.
I'll ask you that. Would you rather omit Hulk than Thor?
Yes.
10
Yeah,
times over.
Yes.
10 times over.
10
Yes.
times over.
If I have
What
to
the
watch
fuck
him,
does he
if-
do?
But this is the thing. You also know that in the first 6-7 years of the MCU, he was still under parental rights, basically with Universal.
What does
Don't
that
care.
have to do?
Still even made.
I don't
still,
care. None of that matters to me. He never needed. Number one.
Damn, Andre agreeing with y'all.
Yeah.
We don't need Hulk.
We don't need a. Oh my god!
Thank you.
Can't wait for that
Thank you.
Godzilla Fast and the Furious movie.
Thank you.
Okay?
I'm just.
Ralphie,
It's real simple.
Ralphie went into God mode just now. This motherfucker.
Yeah.
He
Super
he
Saiyan
might as well
SSJ
change
4.
the name, change the topic of this show. We need to talk about why it's Hulk. In
The MCU without Hulk.
Dog, did we ever need him? You just
Yeah.
brought up Civil War, and you
Yeah.
said we didn't need Hulk.
He wasn't
we didn't
there.
need Thor. We damn sure didn't need Hulk. We damn sure didn't. What does he do?
That boy soft as a Kleenex. That boy
Hey,
soft as
He
a
punched a
Kleenex.
giant alien in the
Hold on. Now.
and then he
Who was
jumped.
the first person?
Thor
to
was
say-
going to grab Tony
Who-
Stark, and this motherfucker
Nah.
Hulk said, "Never
Who-
mind, I got
who
it,"
was the-
and jumped
who-
and grabbed him.
Who was the first? Who was the first person to bring everybody back with the Infinity Gauntlet and burned himself to death?
Bruce Banner.
Not Hulk.
Bruce Banner.
Professor Hulk.
Don't you? I don't say
It
that.
I'm the only one
Listen,
that can do it.
If it was the Incredible Hulk, his arm would have been fine. It was
Oh,
Professor Hulk.
man.
He was weak.
Eric Banner's Hulk.
Hey, look, that was his own. That's his only moment.
Listen. This motherfucker had
Thor
one
has
arm.
both OP characters. One has one moment. The other one has only one moment as well.
This motherfucker got his ass whooped by She-Hulk, bro.
He did get his ass whipped by She-Hulk. He old.
Old? Who cares if he's old? He's fucking Hulk.
But this is the thing. The Hulk can get old. Thor can't.
We need Thor, bro.
We need Thor.
We need his
What?
presence.
What-
He
what
doesn't
do
even
you
have to
need
be
him
in
for?
another movie, per se. He doesn't have to star in another movie. His presence. You know, his presence moving
Hell
forward.
no, Andre.
His Vin
Hey,
Diesel-
Andre.
Hell no, Andre.
Andre.
No.
Redemption. We're
Bro.
talking about redemption right now. Don't do it. He's already bald.
Hulk has,
We're on
Hulk has
something
hair.
right here.
Hulk has hair.
Don't worry about this. He was making mojitos in She-Hulk. Let's not. We need to get back into Hulk.
Mojitos.
Okay, we need to get back into Hulk being a real character.
I just want to know
Yo.
why do you need Thor?
Listen, Thor.
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 Thor
Uh,
is Thor's cousin, right?
That is Thor's cousin.
Thor.
Thor.
You know, Thor can play the background much like Odin did before Odin passed. He can literally play the background, bro, and he can pop up every once in a while in a big Avengers flick or something like that. We don't need Thor day to day, but his presence needs to be felt.
That's true. And a multiversal Hulk Maestro is a bad motherfucker. There is no multiversal Thor.
Which again makes all evidence on why we don't need him. All evidence on why we don't need him.
Listen, in all actuality, we don't need the Hulk. I
We
like
don't.
the Hulk. We don't need that motherfucker.
Okay.
But he sells a lot of toys, right, James?
He sells a ton of toys.
That's
Yeah,
right.
my nephew
They
loves
only
him,
did-
but
But
I
they
won't.
don't be doing the see this is so it we don't need I don't ever need Hulk solo movies unless they do the version of World War Hulk.
Yeah.
We get that, which they sound like they're developing that behind the scenes. Cool. Outside of that, we did not.
Man,
Suddenly, Haas has went to the sunken place.
TVA got him. The TVA got him.
TVA snatched Haas up. Snatched his ass up.
Who snitched on me, yo?
I don't know
Somebody-
what happened. Look, one of these
somebody
motherfuckers
snitched on
snatched your Wi-Fi.
Oh,
Must
look
have
at
been-
look at Andre. Ralphie is cooking tonight. You goddamn right, this motherfucker's in God mode.
grab a plate.
Bruce Banner snatched your Wi-Fi up.
Jeff Ralphie.
I
Cooking.
mean, the cookout.
Grab a
Extra
plate.
seasoning.
Nah, seriously, Jake. What you think we really needed the Hulk all this time?
No.
Okay.
No.
There it is.
Okay.
No.
So
No.
it should
We
never
ain't need
been.
Thor either.
Yep.
We don't get the moments.
The moments.
We don't get.
I'm gonna make an axe with Groot's arm.
Listen, we don't get these moments, bro.
A gigantic elf.
Anybody could have snapped. Anybody could have did that snap. They just had to sacrifice themselves.
I was gonna say they would have died.
They had to sacrifice themselves to do it. But anybody else could have did that, yo.
Yeah, they
Scarlet
would
Witch.
That's why Scarlet Witch. She has the power to fucking harness all the stones if she wanted to.
Scarlet motherfucking Witch is a
She's made out of the reality stone. God damn.
Bro. See, I can't wait for her rare appearance, which is probably gonna be in the Agatha show.
Yeah.
So did y'all hear that? So when she teleports herself somehow from the Doctor Strange movie when
Do you think she killed? She got killed after that?
No. So what happened? This is what they're saying. So what happened is that she basically her powers teleported her to like a different like realm,
like
right?
within the Darkhold or some shit.
Yeah, like a witch's realm.
That's fine.
So, like it's
Agatha
weird.
got to go get her ass.
Yeah, but this is where we see Wiccan, her son comes back.
Okay.
Her actual son from the fucking, because his spirit is real. So her son comes and finds her. That's what they're saying the premise is.
I'm feeling as though like her story is still yet to be told. There's a lot.
There's a whole lot.
Even due to the fact that mutants haven't been around yet, and she's still hanging, doing movies.
So remember, they used the term
her inclusion in this shit.
They used the term miracles because they couldn't say mutants.
They called her the Great Pretender. They're like, bitch, you ain't no mutant.
Dog, I'm excited about her stories moving forward because there's so much that has to be done with her.
You know what I am? I was gonna say what I'm also excited about.
What's excited about?
These comments that are about to pop up.
Oh,
well,
but wait, before we get into those, there's been a ton of news today, and it's surprisingly so. I don't know if you saw. We put most of it in the chat, but it was the fact that the stills for What If came for season 3 already.
Yeah, so, my bad for rushing it.
Sam Wilson is going to be in season 3. Goliath is coming back for season 3. It looks like Red Guardian and Bucky are going to join forces in season 3, and fucking Captain America is going into a Gundam.
Gundam style.
Gundam style. Yo.
So dope.
Yeah, so I look, that is like a nerd's fantasy to combine something as geeked out as fucking Gundams, Japanese Gundams with Captain America and some Marvel shit. Just saying. That's beyond that. We have a premiere date for season 2B of Invincible, March 14th.
Yep, Get your mustache ready.
You fucking right. The Viltrumites is here, baby.
That's right. Your mustache ready. I ain't doing that shit.
Fucking right.
You got to.
No, you got to. Nigga, what you talking about?
You damn right. I'm all right.
It's always been this weed the last couple of days. No, you. No, just you. Just you. Stop saying we. You.
You just gotta tag along. Just tag along. Just tag along. Stop complaining. Come on.
Also, I'm not sure if you two either watch, but this will be the final season of the Bad Batch, which Asajj Ventress is going to show up in this series. So if you watch Bad Batch, or if you watch the ending of Clone Wars or anything like that, like this is kind of like a pseudo thing. So last season was actually pretty dope.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
So, I mean, at most, that's the biggest thing. And also, Mortal Kombat 2 has officially wrapped up production.
Let's go.
Oh, nice.
Just something we
you go.
Something
because I have to agree with something that Ed said in the chat. He was like, everything was great except for the fact that they added a new character that nobody fucking knew.
Bro, why do you?
And it's like, Liu Kang is right there.
Yes.
listen, it's just like how they did the Resident Evil shit.
Yeah,
like they centered Resident Evil around Mila Jovovich's character.
it didn't have to be.
Didn't have to be. Why are you going to plug in Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield and Claire? You're gonna plug all these characters in there, but make Mila Jovovich's character the main.
They created some weird ass character out of nowhere.
Yeah, so that's I don't know why they do that.
Just let it.
But Mortal Kombat is to me. Mortal Kombat is an easy movie.
It's easy to do. Do the tournament, kill some motherfuckers, end it.
Some fatalities.
You can tweak
the
story a little bit, but you don't tweak it to the point where we got to follow
cut and dry. It's a cut and dry storyline.
It's an easy script, right, James?
That you shouldn't fuck up.
It's a motherfucking karate tournament. No. It's a fucking karate tournament.
It's a Kumite.
It's a karate tournament.
You're gonna really say
look,
Kumite.
Everybody know the formula does not. It bodes well for anybody that does it. Bloodsport tournament ending, final battle done. Yeah. Cobra Kai for some fucking reason does the same shit.
Some fucking reason
in the valley. They have the valley tournament every fucking time.
4 seasons of it.
Fuck every season of it.
Can't stand that show.
All
right. We are now going to get into the moment in the show to where people probably roasted the fuck out of us out of these IG comments.
Let's go.
No.
I've watched Cobra Kai.
Let them fly, Jorge.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
We got like at least 9, 10, but let's go through them. Okay. All right, here we go, James.
Of course, he's a part of the original Avengers. The standalone movies were a hit or a miss, though. Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Finally
got somebody that's
just insert him in Infinity War, and that's it. Cool.
Thank you.
It was cool to see him on screen in the first one, though.
Yo, hold up. Before y'all get to the next one, you know this motherfucker Joel Embiid just scored 70 points.
Nice.
Damn.
And guess who we did it on? Wembanyama.
What?
Yeah, that motherfucker gave up 70 points to this motherfucker. Yo.
We be seeing your mama or something.
Yeah, I keep saying an exotic dish.
Wembanyama.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Second comment.
Nobody just scored 70 points. That shit's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe did. He scored 80.
All right, here we go.
What a stupid question.
Woo!
Well,
here we go.
You know,
I'm taking 2 wins so far. 2 wins. I'm 2-0 right now. I'm 2-0 right now.
You said they was cussing you out in the comments. What was you saying?
What do you say about the 70?
He said I can't score 70 points in 2K. The fuck?
All right, here we go. Third question.
Absolutely. Ooh. Everything that happened with Thor and Loki, all the side characters, unique pieces they all brought to the MCU. I think all of that made for a more rich storyline. Yes, maybe some of Thor's movies by themselves were unnecessary in the main storyline, but I think they all brought fun Easter eggs and connected all other important things throughout all the movies. Plus, I didn't mind having 100 Marvel movies and shows to watch. Okay.
That was like 3-0.
Look, everybody's saying the standalone movies didn't even need to be there.
I didn't say. I said that. So, you know what you mean?
He did. Before
people. What you mean?
Before Infinity War and after Infinity War, you just don't need them. All right, go ahead.
3-0.
Wow, post makes no sense. Thor is one of Marvel's elite characters.
4 games is a sweep. 4 wins is a sweep. It's sweet.
Here we go.
Yes. Next question.
Not like that was like
we done already swept the series. But all right, 4-1.
That was nice and simple.
Only really the second Avengers movie where he seems a bit lost. Had a strong arc between Infinity War and Endgame. Yes, they leaned a little bit too much in the comedy in Endgame, but Hemsworth's best acting. His brother's literally the villain in the first Avengers, and he helps convince the girlfriends and wives to go see MCU movies. Oh, because he's man material.
So wait, that's 6-0, right? Because the last person said yes. Next question. This person said 6-0. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let's get rid of the Hulk.
We go deep. Y'all
Here
gonna
we
have to do
go.
better.
No, you know what? That should be Jorge's next post. Be like, okay, y'all feel like Thor should stay. Should the Hulk go?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Can't wait for that one.
You guys debate some of the dumbest questions. You fucking right.
Yes.
Because you keep on commenting on them.
Yes. Give us the next question. Give us the next question. We'll
If Thor wasn't here, we wouldn't have gotten more than half of the MCU memes.
That's true.
7-0.
The MCU memes?
Oh,
Yeah, they did
Which
a lot of
memes?
Thor, Fat Thor beams.
7.
Oh, the Fat Thor memes.
Oh,
Yeah.
For
The
social media
people are
purposes?
Yeah,
speaking.
social media.
So they
yeah.
played. So they see. Look, that's Haas shit. They played into his depression so much he just became a joke.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Doesn't fucking matter. It's important.
It's
All right,
not.
here we go.
Field day right now. I hope y'all.
Great
know
character, bad timing. Disney merger. Okay.
What does that mean? Is that?
this. It wasn't that. It was no. I don't know.
Oh.
You think the
Alright,
timing was
fair
bad or no?
I mean, his introduction probably wasn't needed. That's the whole point. Maybe if you, like I said, if he was like a side character and then all of a sudden he showed up in an Avengers
I would
movie.
like to go back to the person that said. I mean, not physically go back, but the person that said the Avengers movie, his brother is the villain. Without Thor, that does not happen.
Nah, man.
Does not happen. Just saying. The people are speaking. Go ahead.
Here we go. Last
Loki
one.
can find Thanos on his own. He don't need to be depressed by Thor.
All right, here we go. Last one.
Well, he's 1,500 Earth years old, so the arc is kind of a blink in Thor years. I've often pondered the same question. Oh, have you? But I think they should use. But I think they should use that if he's up to it. 10 years in a blink if you're 1,500 years old.
Yeah.
So
listen, the people have spoken. I am. Mr. Diesel is one for the people. All right. I know what the people want.
You really.
All right.
And you're here to. You're here to give them. You're here to give them a lot more Thor.
All right. We needed Thor. Now Hulk, that's a whole different conversation that we can get to some other time. But right now, Thor is needed. And James, you just gotta accept that shit.
I can't accept that shit.
You got no.
I can't accept that shit. You gotta go.
You got no
clean sweet, bro.
Imagine, motherfucking Black Widow coming to Wakanda the way Thor did. Impossible.
With 2 guns, she would have got fucking ate alive.
Exactly.
Ah!
He was already there. Listen, she was already there getting her ass whooped.
Yeah, she was.
All right. So listen.
Scarlet Witch. All right.
Listen, in all actuality, outside of Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch is my favorite character. So
but you know who would have had an even equal fucking portion of an intro to come into Infinity War just like that?
Who's that?
Storks. Lydia. Storks. If she was there. Mariah Storks.
What is this Mariah Stokes? That motherfucker, yo. Brookman is a grimy motherfucker, bro. And that motherfucker was determined to get at Stokes.
Stokes.
Like he said, authority. Like I don't know why he said it so much. Yo, you pissing Dre off. James, you're pissing Dre off.
Nah, man, that's just funny as hell.
Pissing him off, bro.
Look, Luke Cage's favorite best villain died in episode 4 of the first season.
Bro,
Mahershala Ali.
Why did they do that? I would never understand.
That was the worst shit ever.
Why? The show was going so good up to that point.
Good.
Up to that point.
Good.
And they had Mariah Stokes.
Mariah Stokes.
With a motherfucking bottle.
I have no quarrel with you. I need Stokes. All right, so that's our show for today. Feel free to see us, Party Nerds, on Twitch, X, Facebook, YouTube. Look, we've obviously run the gauntlet, and it seems like I bit my own fucking tongue because everybody thinks that Thor should fucking stay and the Hulk should go.
Yeah, great job. Great job.
All right. So feel free to check us out in the IG comments after this, and we might even put a post up to see if Hulk actually gets them as equal as a treatment as Thor did. All right. Yeah. So for everybody, Party Nerds, go.
Cardi nerds.